Up next on UTRGV-TV, an update on the race to create a vaccine to help combat COVID-19. Will we be seeing it available to the public soon?
Plus, how a student's petition is calling for a change within final grades of the fall 2020 semester.
And how your work can be featured in the upcoming edition of Pulse Magazine. UTRGV-TV starts now.
Welcome back to another edition of UTRGV-TV. I'm Hector Tames.
And I'm Verilo Infante. Today is Monday, November 23rd, and at the top of this week's newscast.
Right now, experts continue to work on a vaccine to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Now, 2 firms are claiming over 90% effectiveness on the vaccine to combat the virus. Our reporter Alan Martinez tells us more.
Experts began working on the vaccine less than a year after COVID-19 made its way to the U.S. Pfizer applied for an emergency approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration this past Friday. In a news release, Pfizer Inc. announced 95% effectiveness with their COVID-19 vaccine. Moderna claims 94.5% effectiveness. Although both vaccines are made up of the same synthetic genetic material, there is a difference between the two.
Pfizer it requires a lot of logistics because it has to be kept at extremely cold temperatures. We're talking about minus 70 degrees Celsius. The one for Moderna is with minus 20 degrees Celsius should be fine. And in the regular refrigerator, it can last for a month.
Pulmonologist Federico Vallejo says the vaccine will first be provided to healthcare workers and other people at risk. He states that both firms will require individuals to get 2 doses about 3 weeks to a month apart. Vallejo also mentions that trials for both vaccines revealed no serious safety concerns.
Moderna and Pfizer are reporting the same effects that you get with the flu vaccine, that is pain in the site of the injection, some headaches, some malaise, some general body aches, but they are very mild.
Vallejo mentions that depending on the firm that provides the vaccine first in the U.S., that vaccine will then be shipped to priority areas, federal government, state government, hospitals, pharmacies, and other vaccination centers. He also adds that the vaccine immunity is yet to be reported.
That's not the only immunity that you have. You also have the cellular immunity from your lymphocytes, C and your killer B cells, that can be much longer. There are studies that talk about 8-9 months, 1 year of immunity. So we just don't know yet how long is the vaccination immunity going to last.
As for the cost of the vaccine,
the price of the vaccination without insurance should be around $40. I also know that the new administration for the federal government has promised that they're going to try to do it for free. I think that if you have some sort of insurance, they're probably going to ask for a copay, but that also has not been determined.
At the moment, we do not know when Pfizer will get the emergency approval from the FDA. Moderna has not yet applied, but the Associated Press Health and Science Department states that Moderna plans to apply within weeks. We will keep you updated as those details come. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I'm Alan Martinez.
Eating Thanksgiving leftovers can be a good thing for many, but eating leftovers after a few days can negatively affect your health. How late is too late? Reporter Nadie Rodriguez with more.
Consuming Thanksgiving leftovers may negatively affect your health. With the possibility of less guests attending, preparing smaller portions of food for Thanksgiving festivities may potentially decrease the risks of contracting food-related health problems. The longer food is left over, the more bacteria may grow on it, according to Assistant Professor of Microbiology, Seratna Guadarrama Beltran.
If it's 40 to 140 Fahrenheit, in other words, if we leave it out there for over 2 hours, there's different bacteria that can actually thrive in those conditions in the food.
Beltran adds that even after storing food properly or recooking it, it isn't safe to eat leftovers more than 4 days old. If the food is not prepared or stored properly, it may become contaminated, causing the consumer to vomit, have diarrhea, or even fever if ingested.
That's a no-no. So just make sure that after 4 days, even though it's been kept in the fridge, throw it away, or, try to, I don't know, you have a compost out there in your garden, either way, but it's best not to consume it after 4 days.
Local resident Patricia Sandoval shares her family's post-Thanksgiving rituals to avoid consuming contaminated Thanksgiving leftovers.
We do put them in the refrigerator, and we do eat it like within a day or so. I do not like to keep anything longer than 2 days, especially poultry, because of the fear of the salmonella.
The CDC also asks people to maintain 6 feet apart from other guests, in addition to hosting their festivities in well-ventilated areas. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I'm Nady Rodriguez.
With the release of the new PlayStation 5 on November 12th, people are enjoying a new gaming experience. UTRGV Communications Study senior Eduardo Gonzalez is one of the few people who picked up this gaming console on its release day. Gonzalez says that he saw a lot of social media posts regarding how difficult it is to get a PlayStation 5 on release day. Stores did not have any in stock and pre-orders sold out quickly. He adds that the new gaming generation feels very immersive.
It's like you're doing virtual reality without the virtual reality part. Like you feel like you're in the game, but you're not, you're just watching a TV.
Gonzalez says that the graphics on the PlayStation 5 are improved and realistic. He adds that the load times for games are also improved. He explains that when he would play NBA 2K on his PlayStation 4, the game would take around 3 minutes to load. But on the new console, the game loads in 20 seconds. He recommends other people to give the new console a try because of the improved visuals and faster load times compared to prior consoles.
With the majority of UTRGV courses being taught virtually, a student starts a petition to apply the Pass, No Pass system for the fall 2020 semester. As students struggle due to lack of resources, inability to effectively communicate with professors, and personal matters due to the pandemic, students such as Tiffany Barragan find it necessary to voice these struggles and concerns.
I decided to make the petition after talking with various of my classmates and other students who were really stressed about the semester. I guess like the transition from online to person to online was just like so fast, and it's stressful because you don't have like that one-on-one interaction with a professor.
Even though the petition has received over 3,700 signatures since November 11th, the Pass No Pass option has yet to be made available to students this semester.
It's worth a shot, so I really hope maybe it gets somewhere, but yeah.
Although the university registrar doesn't have any news or developments to share regarding fall grading policies, Barragan will continue to push the petition forward in hopes that it will influence future decisions on the Pass No Pass system.
Course evaluations are open now that the end of the fall 2020 semester is right around the corner. Students who complete their course evaluations by the deadline have priority access to grades. Those who don't will be able to view their grades on the standard date of grade release, Monday, December 21st. Responses to these evaluations are completely anonymous, and the deadline to evaluate courses is on Wednesday, December 2nd at 11:59 p.m.
UTRGV's Information Technology Department is registering students from Microsoft's self-service password reset and multi-factor authentication services. According to an email sent out by the IT department, registration for this service is necessary as the university will be implementing 2 enhancements to strengthen the security on UTRGV accounts. A link for a demonstration video on how to register for these services is in the email sent by IT. IT will be sending out a follow-up email with more detailed instructions and information on how to register.
If you have a passion for writing stories, poetry, or photography, Pulse Magazine is currently calling for contributors to be potentially featured in their 2021 edition. Pieces such as non-fictional stories, fictional stories, photo series, and poetry are eligible to be submitted. For a guide on how to submit your entry, visit utrgvpulse.com. The deadline to submit is February 1st.
In this week's police reports, a bike rack that was bolted down, stolen from an off-campus building in Edinburgh. Last Monday, a male staff member reported the rack was stolen from the west side of the Visual Arts building. Officials say the rack appears to have been removed by force and was last seen in the area on November 10 at about 9 a.m. The case is still under investigation.
A possibly intoxicated man on the Edinburgh campus. An officer responded to the Health and Physical Education 2 building and made contact with the man. The officer determined that the man displayed no signs of intoxication, but a check revealed he had an extensive criminal history. The man was issued a criminal trespass warning. Now for this week's Noticias en Español with contributing reporters Kenia Correa and Natalie Flores.
Cada año el Viernes Negro es una fecha esperada para muchos debido a sus descuentos llamativos, pero este año los comercios trabajan de diferente manera en esta fecha. Grandes cadenas de almacenes implementan estrategias para que los consumidores puedan seguir disfrutando de las ventas existentes. Para Target, el Viernes Negro comenzó el 1 de noviembre para que los consumidores tengan más tiempo de escoger sus compras. Así el personal no se siente abrumado debido a mucha gente en la tienda. Hablamos con el gerente de servicio de seguridad de Target en McAllen, Eleazar Gómez, que comenta.
Mucho se está haciendo en línea para que levanten todo online. Todo eso nos está ayudando mucho para no tener mucho tráfico en la tienda.
Las ventas en línea van en aumento para muchos compradores. Muchos prefieren escoger sus materiales a través de una pantalla que ir personalmente. Estudiante de negocios María Martínez es una de ellas.
Y puedes aprovechar más en línea. Puedes tener varias páginas abiertas, listas para comprar, que hagan su investigación y ver qué artículos les interesan.
Por otro lado, trabajadora de comercio y estudiante de ciencias Cassandra Mesa nos explica el miedo que siente al trabajar en estas fechas.
Da mucho miedo cuando me llamaron de nuevo. Yo estaba como, oh no puedo. Muchas personas se acercaron mucho.
Mesa incluye que se les estará advirtiendo a los compradores practicar la sana distancia y mantener sus cubrebocas en todo momento. Muchas tiendas como Target utilizarán más vigilancia para asegurarse que se siguen todos los protocolos al pie de la letra y mantener a sus clientes libres de contagio. Reportando para UTRGV-TV Noticias en Español, Kenia Correa.
Se aproxima la finalización del semestre y junto con ello la fecha límite para hacer las evaluaciones del curso semestral. El Departamento de Éxito Estudiantil hace un llamado a todos los estudiantes del semestre de otoño 2020 a que evalúen sus clases que tomaron durante este periodo. Cada matriculado ha recibido un correo electrónico a su correo institucional, donde debe hacer una evaluación clase por clase con el fin de que UTRGV pueda mejorar la experiencia educacional. El último día para entregar esta evaluación será el 2 de diciembre. Todos los estudiantes que entreguen las evaluaciones a tiempo verán reflejadas sus calificaciones antes de la fecha anticipada. De lo contrario, tendrán que esperar hasta la fecha previamente designada.
That's all we have for you today. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
And stay safe.